Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome back for another declutter. It's the blush declutter. It's been needed, it really needed, and I went kind of hard. My blush drawer is actually a little bit empty right now since I've done this declutter. So I have a lot of space in there that I can fill with other new fun things. Yeah, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going through all my collection of my blushes. So we are going to have powders, pressed powders, loose powders, creams, liquids, all that fun stuff, and we will get to go through and see what I'm actually going to keep. There's a lot of different brands going on in this video. There's a lot of kind of higher end and then kind of mid and then kind of lower, and then some we've never even heard of, so who knows what I'm going to keep out of those, which ones are my favorites. I'm very excited. Well, it's already done now, but I'm very excited to show you how my drawer looks. It's so nice. It's so nice. It's in the thumbnail obviously as well. But I'm so excited to see what else I can declutter. Next after this one is going to be single shadows, which is not going to be very like hardcore because I do love my single shadows, so I'm going to be keeping a lot of them. But just to kind of go through, there might be some that are very old, some Inglot ones that I don't really want anymore. And I can make a little palette and give it to someone even. I don't know. Something like that. That's what's going to be next. And probably like face palettes as well in that. I just kind of want to lump them together because I don't know how hard I'm going to go with both of those. And then it'll be the palette declutter, and my god, does that need to be done. Oof, she needs to be done. But before all that, today's blushes, and we're going to go into our blushes and seeing what I'm going to keep. Just before we get into the actual declutter, this look is filmed. I just filmed it, and it will be live on my channel soon, so you get to see that sometime soon. It's a fun one. I'm very excited about this one. And yeah, go hit subscribe down below to see that, and all the pictures of this look will be up on my Instagram and my TikTok and all that kind of jazz. Mostly Instagram though. That's where you'll probably find everything, so go follow that down below. Alrighty, let's go to Past Carla and we will see how we got through this declutter. Okay, so let us start with stick blushes first, and then we'll do cream blushes after. So, well, that is a cream, should be over here. Stick blushes and cream blushes here. So we're going to move him out of the way and we're going to start with this one here. So stick blushes I don't use as often because I find like swiping on my cheeks sometimes lifts a little bit of makeup depending on the formula, and then applying them with like I tend to actually use my fingers and like rub my finger on it and then like tap it into my skin. But I do like them, I just don't use them as often. I'm in a bit of a liquid blush phase, which you'll see my liquid blushes has grown recently, and I will be keeping a good few of them. So we're just going to start here. We're going to just take out what I don't want, what I'm not going to use anymore, what I haven't used in ages, and go from there. So I'm going to keep my box over here for popping the ones that I am going to keep in, and then over to the opposite side I will pop over the ones I'm not going to keep. So we'll start with this one here. This is the NYC, what is this one called? Beautifying Blushable Blush Stick, I'm assuming, in the shade Never Sleeping Pink. I do really like this. I like the colour of it. It's really, really nice. But I've barely used it. I've really not used it. What I do want to do is actually, I'm going to swatch this one so you can see the tone there. Excuse the stain of liner there on my hand. This one, I want to swatch this one beside it. This one is from Huda Beauty. This is Coral QE Cheeky Tint Blush Stick. And I really like this one. I want to see what these are like beside each other. See, I kind of prefer the texture of this one because it's a bit more shiny, a bit more dewy sort of effect to it. And I feel like this would actually go on easier onto the cheeks. So I think I'm going to keep the Huda because I just kind of like the texture of that a little bit more. I think that blends a little bit easier, where this one is not a dry formula but drier than the other one. So we're going to get rid of the NYC and we are going to keep Huda. I've also got this one here, which is from MAC. This is the Softly Does It and Whiff of Pink. So Softly Does It is a highlight side and then Whiff of Pink is the pink side. It's a quick trick stick, multi-use stick. One side is a highlighter, which is actually a really, really nice highlighter, really nice. And then the other side is a pink blush, which is a little bit more pink than these, like a good bit pinker than these kind of more peachy ones. But I am going to keep this because I do really like the texture. It's kind of a similar texture to the Huda one. It's that more creamy, almost glossy sort of texture. I like that. Then I've got these two. These are magnetic, but they come apart like this. These are the Fenty Beauty, what are they called? Matchsticks Shimmer Skin Stick. One in Trippin', which is this one here, is more of like a golden sort of shade. And then this one here is Yacht Life. And that was like my first one that I got. Whoops, the daisy. Very magnetic. So this is what these two look like. Let me do a little swatchy, see if I would actually use them. Oh yeah, that's more orange. And I'm always like, I don't have many orange blushes, but I do. I have got a stick version. And then I've got more of this kind of peach one when it has like a gold sort of sheen through it. I think I'm going to keep both of these, to be honest, because I do really like the formula of them. They are a slightly drier formula, but when I use the like applying with my finger kind of method, I do really like how these look, so I think I'm going to keep both of those. And then this is my NARS Multiple in Orgasm, and she's very old, very well loved. I actually got this off my friend. She was decluttering it and I was like, ooh, I'll take that. There's very little of it left. Like, that is all I have left of it. I kind of just want to keep it to use it. It's lovely. It's very soft now, but it is lovely. I kind of, yeah, I think I'm going to keep that one. So for stick blushes, we had 6 and we are now keeping 5. So we only got rid of 1, but you know, there's progress to be made. Okay, on to cream blush. So the ones that I know is going to be very easy to do are these little samples that I have from MAC. We have got Nude, which is like a neutral. It's basically like a little bit deeper than my skin tone. So I don't know really why I keep keeping it, but it's going to get rid of because these are really, really old. And this one is Premeditated. They don't even do these anymore. It's beautiful. It's like blood red, but they're so old and I just don't need them anymore. I've got Posy here, which is one of the cream blend blushes. Those ones are more like cream color bases, which are a bit creamier and glossier. This is more like a cream matte finish. Not going to use it. I haven't used it since I ever last talked. And this is Bamboo, very like the nude shade, but a little bit deeper, a little bit warmer, a bit more tan shade. And then we have got Britwit, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful shade, but I just don't use them. So they are all going to go in the bin, to be honest, because they are all so old. And then we'll continue with MAC because I just done it. And these are cream color bases here. Now, I love these so much, but do I need them all? I don't know. I don't use them as often anymore. So I don't know if I need everything. So we've got the shade Run Out for Fun, which is an orange. Again, I kind of want to keep that because I don't have many oranges. This is Lazy Sunday. I use this so much. This one is Madly Magenta. If you're wondering why it's scraped, it's because I was using them on people and I scrape a little bit out. Then this one is Peony Pavilion, and let me see, what do I want to keep? So I think I'm going to keep the orange. I'm really tempted to keep all of these. Like, I know this looks super, super pale, but it's beautiful on. This is a gorgeous, strong pink cream blush. And then this is like a purple. I think I'm definitely going to keep these two because these are kind of different. This one I'm going to pop to just to one side because there's other shades that I want to check before I decide on this one, but I do love it, so I probably will keep it, but I just want to check. The ones I want to check is this one from PS, this from PS Beauty, which is Primark. There's nothing on it. There's literally nothing on it. I think I'm gonna get rid of the Primark one, and it's not because it's like the cheaper option or anything like that. I love Primark makeup, trust me. I love it. I use their skin products all the time. I use multiple of the things. If you go through any of my product lists, you'll see something like thrown in every so often. I do love them. But I just know I'm not going to use that over this kind of colour. Then I've got this one, which is from Model Co. Cream Rouge Cheek and Lips. This is just peachy. I do have another one from Bobbi Brown that I kind of want to check. Yeah, this one, Pale Pink. They are all different. I think I'm going to get rid of the Model Co. one though, because I very rarely use this. I do use Pale Pink a good bit, and this one's much brighter. I'm going to keep both. Ooh, sorry. This one I am going to get rid of. This one is Nico Pro Liquid Jelly Polisher. So what that says? I don't know. Blusher, not polisher. Blusher, wow. It's in the shade Bali. It's really nice. It's a jelly, but I just never ever pick this up to use. Like, it's actually like a, almost like a whipped sort of moussey formula. And it's lovely, but it's very sheer. It kind of goes to nothing on the skin. So I think I'm going to get rid of that. Then we'll go back to Bobbi Brown here because these are, oh Jesus, very well used. Oh my god, I should have cleaned all these. I should have checked this beforehand. So that one is Powder Pink and this one is Fresh Melon. I'm going to keep both these because I do love the Bobbi Brown texture. I particularly love this one, and I know it literally looks like a grey brown, but on the skin it goes a little bit pinker and it it just looks so beautiful on the skin. And then this is the most beautiful peachy cream blush you will ever use in your life. Then I've got 3 inglots. So we've got the shade 87, we've got 91, and we have got 88. So let me just open them so you can see what they look like. What would I use? Definitely this one. I use this one a lot actually, the shade 91. I do use that all the time. So we'll definitely keep you. It's definitely kind of colour I tend to go for. This one, these are kind of more like that cream blend formula I was talking about from MAC, the like almost like powder or cream matte finish. I don't know if I'd use that. It's very brown. I don't think so. Although I don't have a lot of colours like that. I would use this. So this is kind of like the powder pink. It's very hard to get in here with my nail. Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to keep 88, even though it's a little bit older, but I think I really like that colour. That's beautiful. This one, I think I'm going to get rid of the shade 87. It's a bit brown. I just don't tend to go for that kind of colour on my cheeks. Even if I'm going for something that has that more mustardy sort of tone on my eyes, I tend to go leaning into the orange or just go plain neutral like this kind of colour. I think I'll get rid of that one. So for our cream blushes, we started off with 18 and we're down to 9. We cut it straight in half and there we go. I'm very happy with that. So let me pop these away and we will take out, I think I'm going to do my liquid blushes and then I will do my kind of cheek palettes, but not like the big cheek palettes that I have. These are like cheek duos and things like that I have. So I will go through those together. Okay, liquid blush. I'm in a phase. I don't think it's a phase though. I'm so in love with liquid blush right now. And a good few of these I'm going to keep. So let's start with like the full on liquids back here. So we've got Trifle Cosmetics Lip and Cheek Jam. There's no shade on it. This basically evaporated. I very rarely use this and it basically just, there's nothing in this. It's so sticky as well. So you're going in the bin. This one here though is from the Makeup Revolution one that I got with the highlighters. You'll see that soon. And it's a skull. And it's got red sparkly liquid in it. It's very strong. And I can't remember what this one is. I think the other one was Creature of the Night. This one is Blood of My Enemies. That's what this one is. It's very, very strong. A little bit goes a long way and she stains. Not really on your cheeks, but she'll stain your fingers. If you blend it with your fingers, she'll stain your brush a little bit as well. So I don't use it too often, but I have to keep it. It's got a skull and it's got like blood on the inside. And she's still lovely. Now we'll work down this way, I think, because a few of these I think are definitely going to go. So I've got this one from the Sephora collection. This is Wonderful Cushion Healthy Glow Cream Blush in the shade Bubbly Syrup. And this is one of these ones where it's a cushion. It's kind of stained a little bit. So, but you squeeze. If I can get any out, squeeze. I can't actually get anything out of this. I do remember this of being very sheer, so I think that's gonna go. It just didn't really come out and it was very fluid and it just, nothing really happened with it, and then your makeup just kind of separated a little bit. I've got this one here from DWTN Paris. I don't think that's right. Is it Dwinton Paris? It doesn't say what exactly like the name of the product is. It's just like a little tube, and oh, she's very red. Okay, she shears down. She's nice though. Oh, I like that color. It's kind of like a sunburn sort of color. I'm gonna keep that. Keeping that. This one's got to go. This one is so old. Like, I'm talking about 10 years old, if not more. This is the Rimmel Stay Blush Lip Liquid Cheek Tint in the shade Pop of Pink. I use this so much. I'm only like about halfway through, I think, but it's so old. Like, it just needs to go. It's probably all separated and everything like that. Yeah, she needs to go. This one I've got here is MCO Beauty Cheek and Lip Tint in Flamingo Pink, and I'm pretty sure I got this in an advent calendar. So she's very red. She's a little bit oily. Oh, she's very red. Oh, I like how that feels. It's kind of like a gel almost. Oh, I think I'll keep that. She's very messy though. Okay, this next one is a Colourpop Cheek Dew Serum Blush in Bubbles. Is the shade. I got this in a mystery box. I remember not really thinking anything of this because it does, like, that's gorgeous. Like, that colour is beautiful, burnt orange. And then it kind of just like goes to nothing on the skin. I get it. It's supposed to be really sheer, but she's a bit wishy-washy on the skin. Like, I'm really pale, like really pale, and she's just a bit, and I just don't see how that would last. Like, no, I think you gotta go. This one I do love, and I'm definitely going to keep this, is the NYX Sweet Cheeks Soft Cheek Tint Blush Mousse in Coralicious. It's one of these ones. I really want to get another shade in this.
like a more neutral kind of shade. This is like a doe foot applicator. It's kind of like a moussey sort of formula, and she's beautiful. She's lovely. She's gorgeous and pigmented. These now are very old, but I am going to keep them because I actually still really love these. These are my Benefit ones. This is the Posy tint. It's that old, all the like writing is like chipped off it. It's just a lovely soft pink. These are like a stain, very soft pink, but I do love the color. I love how it looks on the skin because it just looks like it is my skin because it's so fluid and liquidy. And then this one is my favorite one. This is Chat Hat tint, also for Benefit, and it's the most beautiful. It looks super orange there, but it goes on kind of pinker, kind of like, see how it is around the edge there? That's the kind of color it goes on your cheeks. It's stunning, but I'm gonna keep both those. I know they're old, I don't care, they're stunning. This one I got in like a lucky dip kind of thing, and this is a Charlotte Tilbury Tinted Love. I don't know what this is, if it's a lip tint, cheek tint, or both. This is Bohemian Kiss. It's a really nice color, but I've no applicator on it. I can tell why it was in a lucky dip. This is a kind of similar color to that ColourPop one. It's that like burnt orange almost, and it's nice, but again it kind of just does nothing. It doesn't really do anything. Whoa, stop rolling. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It kind of, no. I think it can go in the bin, to be honest, because it's got no doe foot applicator, and I don't see anyone else putting the effort in to actually use that. Okay, here we go. This is what I've been obsessed with. See these? All of these? Obsessed. I've been obsessed with these. The Made by Mitchell blush is like my favorite thing right now, and I'm obsessed, and I want so many more colors, and I don't need any more, but I want more. And also the liquid blush from Beauty Bay. So this is in the shade Spring. It's like a really soft, this is kind of like more moussey sort of formula as well, but a really soft kind of springy pink, and we are going to keep that. We've got the shade here, stop rolling. We've got the shade here Melon Sorbet, and this one is more like a soft kind of muted orange. Really, really nice though, in liquid form. I just love the texture of these. I love how these look on my skin. Every time I want to do my cheeks, I want to use a liquid blush. This one is Peach Sugar, and this is more like your sunburn sort of color. A little bit warmer, a little bit deeper. They're very pigmented as well, so you do have to be kind of careful. And then I've got Posy Rosy, which is like a kind of true pink, I would call it. Like when you think of pink, this is the kind of color I think of. And this is the one that I got at Black Friday in the set with these other two as well, because I wanted more pinks in this range of blushes that I have. We've got this one, which is probably my favorite one. This is Sweet Cheeks. This is super bubblegum pink. Yeah, I love this color. I think it's just so bright and poppy, and I love how that looks. And then lastly is Cherry Cola, which looks very dark, but it's not. It is this gorgeous like burnt raspberry sort of shade, like a cherry cola is the only way I can kind of describe it, and it looks beautiful on the cheeks. The most gorgeous rosy cheek with that one. Oh, and I almost forgot this one. This is brand new to my collection. I used it in a look, that's why it wasn't in my little box here, but this is the Juvia's Place liquid blush, and this is Rosy Posy, the other way around, Rosy Posy instead of Posy Rosy. And this is such a beautiful texture. She's so pigmented though. You really need to be careful with these. I've seen people use them and like it goes like insane on their face. So I got like the kind of the softest color I could think that I would use out of the collection, and this, and I put it on, and it was still so much. So you really need to go like whatever you think you need, half it or quarter it, depending on how much you actually use. You literally need like the tiniest speck on your cheek and just build from there. But when I put this on and I had it blended out and it looked like the color that I wanted it to be, the texture of my skin with this on, it's so creamy and beautiful. Like your skin looks creamy. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I'm a little bit obsessed with this. I'm probably not going to get any more shades in this unless they come out with like some soft shades, because the other ones I know are going to be too bright for me. But I love the texture of this. Okay, here's our little smaller liquid blush collection. This was 18 products down to 13, so we got rid of 5, which I'm happy about. I'm very happy about, and I think I'll use these a little more. Not this one, but I will probably use the rest more. On to kind of cheek palettes-ish, cheek duos, cheek trios, that kind of vibe. Things that are smaller that fit in my little drawer. But I will do face palettes maybe next, actually, in my next video, my next declutter. So let me take all these out and we'll go through. I don't even know where to start really. I'm going to start with this one because I am going to keep this even though I don't use this on myself, but I have a very odd reason for keeping this. This is the e.l.f. Contour Blush and Bronzer in the shade Blush and Bronze. It's this guy here. Now, I never use this. This doesn't even show up on my skin. I use this bronzer really weirdly on face charts, and I do face charts. I haven't done them in a while, but I do them every so often. And this is like my favorite one color for contouring, my favorite texture for contouring on the paper that I use. So I'm keeping it for that reason, and that reason alone. It stays in that drawer for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm keeping that one. It's a really odd reason to keep something, but I am keeping it for that reason. Okay, we'll work down the line now. So I have this one from Catrice. This is the Get the Perfect Definition Bronzy Clat is the palette. So like this one kind of shows up on my skin. This is like supposed to be a highlighter, but it's not really that strong. This shade is lovely though, and I never really use it, but am I ever going to use it? That's a nice shade. I'm gonna put that in the maybe pile. I don't know if I'm going to use this. We'll pop that over here into the maybe pile for now, and I'll decide at the end. This I am going to keep though. This is a MAC, what is this? The Nutcracker Sweet Peach Base Compact in Tutu, which is the highlighter, and the bottom is At Dusk, which is a blusher. This is the most beautiful texture. MAC do extra dimension blushes, and they're like metallic and shimmery and all that kind of stuff. This texture, though, if they brought this texture out as a regular, oh my god, would this be fire. And especially in a bronzer form. They did do it in a palette before. This texture in a bronzer form, it's the most like not creamy, but like satiny sort of finish, and it's gorgeous. It's so stunning. In a bronzer form, it would be amazing. I'm keeping it. It's limited edition as well, and I do like to keep limited edition stuff. This one's also newer as well. I got this when I got my liquid blush, and this is the Bronzed Blush Duo Volume 2 from Juvia's Place. It's this guy here. She's brand new, brand spanking new. I've only worn this shade so far in a look that I did recently, but I'm a little bit obsessed with it, and I love the colour of that. I think that's going to be so beautiful. But we're keeping it because she's brand new. She's only made it into the collection. My Freddie, my Frederick. Oh my god. This is the Glamlight and Nightmare on Elm Street collection. This is the blush trio, and it's called Chest of Souls, I think. And this is what she looks like. Look at Freddie. Look at my Freddie. He's embossed here, and his glove and his little slash marks. Definitely keeping it. So far, I think I've only used this shade. I haven't used these two just yet, but I know I will be able to use this. Even this darker one, I know I will. This is the one that scares me the most. That doesn't scare me as much. This one does though, because it's very bright. But I know I'm gonna be able to wear all of them. I just have to use them in moderation. And they're beautiful. They actually, this one blended so beautifully on my skin, and obviously I'm going to keep it. It's Freddy Krueger. Obviously, who am I? I have this one, which is also new-ish. I kind of have it about a year or so. This is the Clinique Cheek Pop Blush Pop Ballerina Pop. Ballerina Pop is the shade of this light one here. We have got Coral Pop, which is the middle, and then we have got Gold Celebration Pop. And these are the cheek pops from Colourpop, and you'll see a few more in my collection that I have singly. I love the texture of these. They are so lovely. And yeah, I'm going to keep them. Like, this is very pale, so I don't know really when I'm going to use something like that. Maybe under my eyes, it might be nice. This one I don't really be able to use in the summer, but this shade here is beautiful. I love the texture of the cheek pops. They need to bring out more shades. Okay, over here we've got the Beauty Crop. I'm going to get rid of this one. This is the Stargazing Blush Duo Orion Glow. Orion Glow. It's nice, it's lovely. I just never use it. I don't like the packaging on it either. It's a bit like flimsy. I don't pick, like, I don't use the elf one, and these are very similar colors. Yeah, I just never pick this up, so you're gonna go. I have this guy, which I've had for years as well. This is the Collection Shimmer Shade. Collection 2000 is what it was called, but it's Collection Cosmetics now. This is the shimmer shades in number 2, Blushalicious. And it is 4 different little bricks of colour. You can swirl them together. You can use them all individually, whatever way you want to. Again, I don't really like this packaging. She's a bit, I can just see this breaking very easy. Even though I've had it years and I haven't broken it, but that's because it's been sitting in a drawer. I never use this. I just don't. No, I just never use it. I think I'm going to get rid of that because I never ever... I would never pick that up over something like that's in those, or some of my individual ones either. I've got this guy from Bobbi Brown. This is the Shimmer Brick Compact in Rose. I really like this. I'm going to keep this one. I hate the packaging on it though, because it's so like thick and bulky compared to the cream blushes, which are so sleek and fine. So bulky. I I really like this. I very rarely pull this out. When I do and I wear it, I'm like, oh, my cheeks look so nice with this on. You can, again, swirl it all together. You can go in with a really small brush if you want to, like, highlight and stuff like that with it. I usually just, like, swirl the whole thing together, and you get a really nice, soft pink sheen on the cheeks. Yeah, I'm going to keep that one. And it's classed in here because it's a shimmer brick. There's multiple shades in it. That's why I keep it in here. Next, I've got this Barry M palette. There's no shade on this or anything like that. I remember using this in my yellow color series look, and I used this one up here. I think I used a bit of that, but I did use this one. This is a lovely palette. I just don't know if I use it though. I kind of forgot I had it, to be honest with you. No, I don't think I'm going to use that. I just don't think I'm going to ever use that. And now the big boys, we have got Sleek. I have a lot of these because I collected these, and I was like, oh, these are going to be so amazing for my kit, because you've got multiple shades all in one compact area, and they are amazing for kits. I just don't do freelance anymore. But I still have these. So I have got, which one are you? Yes, this one. This one, the California, and I've got a backup of this. So what I'm actually going to do is, I'm technically not decluttering it, but I'm going to count it as a declutter because it's coming out of this collection. I'm going to put this in my makeup bag for work because I love these blushes. I love a cream blush. I love a liquid blush. You can see how much I actually love this, and that's why I got a backup of it, and it was on sale as well. But I do love this so much. I use the life out of this. It's my favorite of these palettes. So I'm going to keep my one that I'm using, and I'm going to pop this one into my work makeup bag as a cream blush. I just think that makes the most sense for me. Now, the only other one that has creams in it is this one. This is Pink Lemonade, and you've got more pinky sort of tones here. So this kind of more rosy sort of shade, this kind of truer pink, and then a soft, icy kind of pink. I'm going to keep it. I love it. I do use it quite often. You see it every so often on my channel. We've got this one here. I'm going to keep all of these, to be honest with you. The only one I'm kind of iffy about is this one, and you'd be surprised considering when you see the other one. But this one is the Sweet Cheeks palette. Oh, this one has cream in it as well. This has got more like a magenta cream. You've got like a lilac blush, and then the super pink hot pink blush. That's why I meant to say that. But this one here is, it's a really nice palette, and they're just odd colours, and I want to keep that one. Next up then, we've got Lace, which is more of a bright corally orangey one as well. I'm also going to keep this one. I'm going to keep all of these Sleek palettes because I do use them. I do love them. I bust them out every now and again, and I just think they're so handy to have all these colours all together. This one is Sugar. I only used this recently, actually. What look was it? I think it was like my March Build Your Own palette, my second look or something like that I used it for. And that's it there. And it's such an odd, like it's a burgundy and like a bronze, and then this like terracotta orange. And weirdly, the bronze really works. Comes out slightly more rosy when it's on the cheeks as well. I love this colour story. I think it's going to be always in my collection. Well, for now anyway, it's going to be still in my collection. Okay, this is my finished little stack of the little cheek duos, trios, whatever you want to call them, and we had 16 and we got it down to 12, so now we're at 4. I'm happy. I did decide to get rid of this one. I just don't think I'm going to use it. I think in the palettes I have here with the like burgundies and more brown shades, I have a shade like this one, especially in my Sleek palettes and between my individual blushes and liquid blushes, so that I have colours like this. So I think I'm okay with getting rid of this one now. Okay, and say hello to my powder blush little box. There's a lot in here, and there's a good few bits that can go, I think, as well. So I'm happy enough to start going through and getting rid. Let me take them all out, put them in brand order. Okay, so let's go through these. I'm not going to probably get rid of a huge amount of them because there is a lot in here that I do love and use, even though I'm going through my liquid blush phase. I do still use a lot of these. So let's start over here with MAC. We're just going to go up the line, and whatever I grab first, I grab first. So I've got this Extra Dimension blush in Look Don't Touch. I'm going to keep this. I love the Extra Dimension blushes from MAC. They're the most beautiful texture, and this one is more like a softer sheen sort of one compared to this one, which was in the same collection. These are both a spring collection, cherry blossom collection. This one is Room to Bloom, and this one is a little bit more shimmery metallic, where this is a little bit softer of a shine. I love both of these, so they're both staying. My other two extra dimension blushes from MAC are also going to stay. This one here is Fairly Precious. It's the kind of peachy one, it's a really popular one, but it comes out more peachy on me than it does on a lot of people. Then I've got Into the Pink, which is also very well loved. I love these blushes. They're so beautiful, give the most beautiful sheen and glow across the cheeks. Okay, so I'm going to go through my kind of regular MAC blushes, if you want to call them that. I've got here, what's this one? Sincere, Margin, which was just, I think both of these were discontinued actually. This one is Peach Keen, which I'm pretty sure they still do, and I've hit Pan, very popular. And then I've got Modern Mandarin. You see all those? There we go. Modern Mandarin. I'm gonna keep Modern Mandarin. I'm gonna keep Margin. Kind of like the look of Sincere as a bronzer. It's actually kind of a nice tone for bronzer. I might pop that in my bronzer drawer. I know I filmed my declutter of my blush or my highlight and bronzer drawer before this one, but I think I might pop that in there. Pop that to the side. I want to keep this to the side because I do have a couple of shades in this pile that are similar kind of colours to the Peachy Keen. So I'm going to pop this aside and I want to compare them together, so we leave that towards the end. But I'm going to keep Modern Mandarin and Margin, which are two more, not necessarily unique, but kind of colours I don't have that often in my blush collection. Okay, these four here are all mineralized blushes. I'm going to keep them all. We have got New Romance, which is a soft shimmery peach. We've got Love Me, Like Me, Love Me, which is a soft peachy orange. A more coral shade, which is Hey Coral Hey. And then Humor Me, which actually should also be in my bronzer drawer because that is what I use sometimes as bronzer. So that's going in my bronzer drawer as well. I'm adding to my drawers now instead of decluttering them. And last one from MAC is this guy here. This is a Gleam Tones powder in Dunes at Dusk. This was with the Vibe Tribe collection. This is stunning, and I do have a backup of this, and I'm happy I have a backup of this. I managed to find one when I was in Florida years ago. This is one of the most beautiful powders that MAC ever came out with. I usually swirl them all together and it creates the most gorgeous, glowy, blushy, I don't know, like a blushy, bronzy, highlighty sort of effect on the cheeks. You can go into individual shades. I just swirl it all together and it's so stunning. I might wear this tomorrow to work. Think I might. Okay, these two down here are, one is from NYX, oh, they're both from NYX actually, sorry. This one is a matte blush and then this one has a soft sheen to it. Is this one like Peachy Keen? No, this one's a little bit brighter. This one's quite bright on the cheeks. I do like it though. This one I've never used. It's actually a lovely pink though. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I'm going to keep that. I'm surprised I'm keeping that, but I am going to keep that one. So keeping both of my NYX ones. Got these two here. These are my Clinique ones. This one is Ginger Pop, and we've got Melon Pop. Melon Pop was the first one I bought and made me fall in love with this texture. Oh, they're beautiful, such good colours. This one's more like a sunburn shade and this one's more like just like your pinky peachy sort of cheek, kind of like the satin finish extra dimension blush I was talking about from that Christmas collection from MAC. That's what this kind of texture is, and I think that's why I love it so much. So we're keeping both of these. Don't worry, we are going to get to decluttering. I know I'm keeping everything, but we are going to get to that. Okay, NARS I want to do and Sleek I want to do because I've got a very, very, very little NARS Orgasm. I got it in an advent calendar, and I've got Rose Gold from Clinique, which looks oranger than I imagined. That's Peachy Keen there in the middle. Very gold, very, very gold. And I think I prefer the Peachy Keen because it's a bit more like a blushy colour as opposed to just like a gold sheen. And then the Orgasm, I don't know if mine is different because it's in a mini version, but mine is like really soft and sheer. I kind of still want to keep this though because I haven't really used that, and I don't have NARS Orgasm in like powder form, so I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to keep Peachy Keen, and I'm going to get rid of Sleek Rose Gold, I think. Now for the other NARS and NYX products I have is this duo. This is Fervor, and I'm going to keep this because this is beautiful. Again, kind of like that extra dimension blush kind of format, and even this darker shade I can wear as well because it's kind of more just like a rusty sort of shade. It's really, really nice, so I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm going to keep that one. And then I've got Antique from Sleek. Now you're looking at this being like, Carla, that's like brown. It's, I don't know what it is about this colour, but when I have this on, I love how this looks on my cheeks. It looks like nothing, like it literally looks like it does nothing for me. but I love how this colour looks, and I'm going to keep it, and I've had it for years and I've used it for years, and I'm definitely going to keep that one. Okay, we're going to go in with Benefit now, so I kind of think I'm going to keep all these as well. We've got Bella Bamba, which I do adore. I use that quite often, which is a really nice one. I've got Coralista, more of like a soft orange, which again, I really love this because it's a soft sheer orange. I know they don't really do these ones anymore. They have kind of a new range of blushes out. And then good old Dandelion, which I think they still do because it's very popular. This is my new one. My old one got so old that it was kind of, I had to kind of scrape it to get any products out. And I was like, look, I have a brand new one in the drawer. Let's get rid of that one. But yeah, very soft pink. It looks like nothing, but it's the most beautiful pink blush, like soft pink blush on the cheeks. I don't think I'm doing very well here. Just saying. Okay, now all of this, let me just move a few of these over so you can see, is all of my miscellaneous. These are all like products. I have one product from each brand, and let's just work our way over. So I've got Clinique, which I like. I like this one. This does get hard pan quite a bit though. I do have another Clinique blush which I love, and it's in my boyfriend's house in my makeup bag up there. It's a bit peachier than this one. This is a bit more pink. I really like it, but I think I'm going to get rid of it because it does get hard pan quite a bit. This is Precious Posy. And I have pinks like this. I mean, I kept that NYX blush, which is basically like this. So I'm going to get rid of that one. I've got this, which I'm going to keep. This is the Catrice Light and Shadow Contouring Blush in the shade Rose Propose. I love this blush. It's so beautiful. Gorgeous satin sort of finish on. Really nice. It's supposed to be like a highlighting shade. Mixed together, this kind of just softens this down a little bit, that's all. But it's just a gorgeous, you can't even see that. My fingers are like one colour now at this point. But yeah, just a really soft, gorgeous rosiness to the cheeks. So we're going to keep him. I'm going to get rid of this one. This is the So Susan Universal blush. There's no shade on it because it's universal apparently, even though I don't think so. It's like a shimmery blush. It's very similar to this one, to these two here that I have. Now I know you're saying it's not, but texture wise it kind of is. They're all more shimmery, almost metallic sort of blushes. I'm gonna get rid of this one and this one. I don't even know where it's from. Oh, this is from Collection Cosmetics. It's a blush. It's called Trouble. It's gorgeous and I used it for so long, but it's more like a highlight now really than anything else compared to what I normally use. So I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'm keeping this one though. And I'm keeping this one for nostalgic reasons because I got this and I was obsessed with this colour so much. I still kind of am, not gonna lie. But I stopped using it because I didn't want it to run out, and it was limited edition. It was with the Arctic Lights collection from Essence, and they had the most beautiful, just overall collection. It's probably my favourite collection they've ever done, and like gorgeous lip glosses, lipsticks, everything like that. So I'm definitely keeping this, and I'm going to get rid of these two. Okay, a couple more that I'm going to get rid of will be these three here. So I'm going to get rid of the Academy Colour Blusher. It's actually a really nice colour, but I just don't think I like the formula of that, and I don't like the packaging, so we're going to get rid of it. And I've got colours like it. I've got this Makeup Revolution one. It doesn't have a shade name. It was in an advent calendar. Again, it's kind of like that NYX one that I kept, but I like the texture of the NYX one a little bit better. And then this one I got is from Primark Beauty as well. This is the Peachin' Highlighter. It's a super shiny metallic, really shiny metallic with like a rose gold sort of sheen to it. Technically it's a highlighter on me, it's more of a blush. I like it, but it's never anything I'm going to pick up in my collection, so I'm going to get rid of that. Now this one I was on the fence, but I was going to consider this one in that little mini section there that I just talked about. This is the Pixie Fresh Face Blush in Beach Rose, and I kind of want to keep it now. I swatched on my hand and I was like, do you know, I don't have really many tanned sort of blushes, and I think I do have room for it in my collection to keep because I don't have a colour like that, and I like the idea of having at least one, just the option there that I can go to when I want to add that more kind of tan sort of cheek to my look. So I'm going to keep this one. And then Mr. Ghostface, hello. This is the blush. It doesn't actually have, it's the horror blush. Doesn't have a shade name though. Oh, look at her. She is bright. She's scary, but she's supposed to be. It's like a blood red. You need to be very careful with this kind of colour, especially if you're on the fairer side. If you've got deeper skin, gorgeous. Absolutely go for it with this colour. For me, I do have to be a little bit more careful with it, but do you honestly think I'm going to get rid of this? Like, even if I never ever use this again, I do love the formula. I really like the colour, you just have to be careful with it. But let's say I didn't. Do you think I'm ever going to get rid of this? Absolutely not. I've got Cash Beauty, which is kind of like a peachy sort of shimmer shade, a little bit more metallic than, say, the MAC Extra Dimensions. But again, I just love that kind of colour, that kind of peachy popping sort of shade. And then last for powder blush is something I actually need to bust out more. It was right at the back of my drawer and I kind of forgot it was there, and I adored this colour when I first got it. This is the Hello Kitty from Colourpop, and this is Aloha Honey in the pressed blush. She's a bright one. Oh, she's a bright coral. She looks terrifying, but on the cheeks she's actually stunning. I got it in a mystery box, so I didn't pick this colour. I probably would have never have picked this colour, but now that I have it, I have to keep it. It's actually like such a nice formula, such a nice texture and blush, and yeah, really, really like that. And then last ones are loose blushes. Now, I don't gravitate towards these a huge amount. The Apocalypse of Beauty ones can be very messy. Oh, and this one's got a sifter. It's almost like a lavender pink. And let me just give it a little swatchy swatch. It's got a gold shimmer. I like how that looks. It does kind of have little bits of like the deeper pigment that you have to really like buff in. I do like how that looks though. I think I'll definitely keep that one. The Elf one I think I might get rid of though, because I just never use these blushes. I like that one because it's a bit more unique. This one's kind of just like a rosy pink, but I'd rather a pressed version, so I think I'm going to get rid of that. And I think I'm kind of happy with that. Okay, she's not organized yet. She will be in a minute though. I'm going to fix all these little drawers, not drawers, these little boxes to go into my drawer. So we started off with, I just had to count them, sorry. That's why they look now different than they did before. I started off with 36 powder blushes, including the loose ones. And I finished off with 28, so I got rid of 6. I'm kind of happy with that, considering I got rid of a lot of like the creams and things that I wasn't using. I'm happy with this. These are all colours that I do like to use, and anything that is in here I don't use that often, I think now that I've decluttered, I'm more likely to grab it because I'll be able to see it a little bit better. So I'm very happy with that. Now bear in mind, 2 blushes I am still keeping, but they're going into my bronzer category, so I have to make them fit in there. They should, but I do have to make them fit in there. But yeah, let me organise this, and we will go back to future Carla, because I haven't filmed the intro and outro of this video, and let's see what she has to say about our declutter. Okay, that was it. That was our declutter. See what I mean? There was a lot that was gone. Like, my blush collection wasn't massive, but there's a lot that I got through that I wanted to kind of get rid of, and now I just feel like I have so much space in my drawer that I can fill with other things, newer things, fun things. Very excited about that. I might put some of my face palettes in there, actually. That might be a good idea because I do have a little bit of space, so maybe I could fit some in there. I don't know, might do that once I've done my face palette declutter. So I want to know down in the comments below, what do you think of this declutter? Did I declutter any of your favorites, or did I keep any of your favorites? Did I keep anything that you're not really a fan of that you would have decluttered? Let me know down below. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support to get me around for people, and also let me know that you liked the video, and I'll continue to do many more. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see more declutters coming, to see this look coming up as well, to see more palettes, build your own palettes, palette chat, all that jazz will be coming soon, so hit subscribe. And as I said in the beginning, my Instagram is linked down below, where I post all my up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all of my looks, and my TikTok is down there for a little bit of extra content as well. So I think that is all. I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.